change. She's best known for her work as CEO of Special Olympics and for bringing the 2003 World Games to Ireland. Most recently, she's held the role of Interim Chief Marketing and Development Officer at Special Olympics International. Mary Davis.
Good morning, everybody. I'm delighted to be here. It's great to see so many agencies and groups representing children here today. Also to see young children themselves from Ballybay, as has been previously mentioned. But I believe we also have some young people that travelled all the way from Ballygar, so you're welcome also. Being a mother myself and having raised 4 children, there are 3 good reasons why the next President of Ireland must put children at the heart of the presidency. Áras an Uachtaráin, I believe, must be a welcoming place for all of our children, but also a place where they are honoured, where they are respected, and where their views are taken into account. And it is my intention as President to organise an advisory group of children and young people that would meet with me on a regular basis and discuss the issues that are facing our young people today. And on an annual basis, I commit to publishing a report of the work of that advisory group, highlighting the issues, the real issues that are of concern to our young children today. And I will invite policymakers throughout the system, including relevant ministers, to meet with me to discuss this report and to issue the highlights. Now, the first reason we need to focus on the needs and rights of children is because we in Ireland have a great deal of ground to make up. When he spoke in the Dáil on the publication of the Ryan report, the then Taoiseach Brian Cahan said that the only appropriate response to the scandal that was revealed was to make Ireland a model for the rest of the world in how we treat our children. There can be no doubt that we have had to face up to a dark history in our country in recent years. Generations of children whose only crime was the crime of poverty were condemned to years of abuse in religious institutions funded by our state. Generations of Irish policymakers and citizens, with a small number of honourable exceptions, turned a blind eye to that abuse. One legacy of that abuse was that thousands and thousands of lives have been broken as a result. Hopefully, though, another legacy was an absolute determination that we would never allow anything like this to happen again to our children, to the children of our country, our nation. The second reason is a more hopeful one. We are at the in a moment of transition in Ireland where policy is concerned. Promises have been made that national child protection guidelines are about to be put on a statutory basis. And there is a great deal of work going on to establish a new child and family support agency. Children, for the first time ever, have been given a voice at cabinet table. And there is a good prospect now that one of the first acts of the next President of Ireland will be to sign into law a bill that provides for a referendum on the rights of children. On a personal basis, I have to say that I have long believed it is entirely appropriate that our Constitution should enshrine a right for every child in Ireland to be cared for, to have their welfare as a primary responsibility of public policy, to be listened to, and to have a say in matters that directly affect them. And it is no coincidence that not a single one of the children sent into institutional abuse ever had their views taken into account. The days when children were supposed to be seen and not heard were dark days, and they are days that must never be revisited in Irish society. But the third reason why children should be put at the heart of the next presidency are that the children are at the heart of our country's future. For thousands of children in Ireland, perhaps the majority of children, Ireland is and remains an exciting place for them to grow up.
1 minute.
It's a place where many children will have an opportunity to develop their talents and to make their own contributions. But around 1 in 10 of our children still live in constant poverty. There are still children in Ireland who go to bed hungry or spend their days cold and scared and frightened. There are still children in Ireland who live in an atmosphere of violence, who leave school early, who face adulthood without the basic skills of reading and writing. Every child is a wellspring of talent and potential. Every child will repay the investment we make in them 1,000 times over, but poverty traps and kills potential. The neglect of children that was so shameful a feature of our history must never darken our future again. No president can wave a magic wand and eliminate poverty, but what a president can do is ensure that children are listened to, that children are respected, and that children are valued. If I am honoured with the job of president, I will make it a priority of my presidency that no child in Ireland will ever have reason to believe that nobody cares about them, that nobody is listening to their story. Never again should children feel abandoned in this country, and never again should they feel alone. In my presidency, children will be honoured and respected. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary Jane.